According to the Global Peace Index, the world's safest and most tranquil nations are ranked first. An independent, non-partisan, non-profit organization dedicated to shifting the world's focus to peace as a positive, achievable, and tangible measure of human well-being and progress is how the Institute for Economics and Peace describes itself and the report it publishes each year. The report conducts research on several countries to identify the most dangerous and the safest. The GPI study includes a total of 163 countries and rates the degree of safety or hazard in each country using 23 distinct variables. The frequency of violent conflicts both inside and outside the country, the degree of mistrust, political unrest, the possibility of attacks, the number of killings, and the proportion of GDP that is spent on the armed forces are some of the elements that go into creating the GPI. A score is determined for each of the 163 countries included in the report based on these variables, which are categorized into three main areas: militarization, societal safety and security, and ongoing international conflict. In today's video, we will talk about the 12 safest countries to live in the world, so make sure to watch the video till the end, and if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, so you won't miss any future videos we upload. Number 12. Czechia. Formerly called the Czech Republic, Czechia is a stunning nation with a vibrant past and present. In addition, it's a very safe area to work, live, and bring up a family. Czechia is ranked number 12 on the 2023 Global Peace Index, which really makes it one of the safest nations in the world. The little country in Central Europe has a long history of peace and stability, and it is a safe place to live due to its low crime rate and lack of terrorism. Even though it's wise to exercise caution whenever visiting a foreign country, Czechia is generally highly hospitable to guests and has a robust infrastructure to ensure visitor safety. Czechia takes security seriously, as evidenced by its well-kept public transit system, numerous police personnel and security cameras. Strong gun control laws are another feature of Czechia's security measures. Additionally, Czechia is a part of NATO, which offers additional security, which is crucial in these unstable times. Number 11. Canada. Canada, the northern neighbor of the United States, did well on the Global Peace Index 2023. Canada's 11th place ranking is evidence of its stable political environment, low crime rate, and effective social programs. A significant reason to Canada's safety is its stance on multiculturalism. The country encourages tolerance and togetherness among its people by embracing variety. People from different backgrounds now live in harmony with one another, reducing the possibility of conflicts and societal unrest. Canada is unique in that it has strong legal systems and efficient law enforcement. In general, the Canadian police force has ample resources and a strong emphasis on community involvement, which helps to avoid crimes and respond quickly to those that do occur. Furthermore, Canada's extensive social assistance programs and strong educational system contribute to promoting social mobility and easing poverty, which lowers the likelihood of crime. Diplomacy and peaceful cooperation are the final characteristics that define Canada's foreign policy. The nation actively takes part in international projects and attempts to resolve disputes, which adds to its reputation for peace on the whole. Number 10. Switzerland. Switzerland is number 10 on the Global Peace Index, which ranks nations that are safest in the world. This is due in part to the nation's low crime rate, democratic governance, and stable economy. Furthermore, maintaining Switzerland's long-standing neutrality is essential to maintaining national security. The nation hasn't fought a war since 1815, which has helped it escape a lot of the bloodshed and unrest that other countries have had to deal with. However, Switzerland has adopted sanctions against Russia as a result of the conflict in Ukraine, moving it closer to NATO. Switzerland is renowned for its views on firearms as well. The nation has one of the highest rates of gun ownership in the world, but it also has one of the lowest rates of street crime and mass shootings involving firearms. The laws governing firearms in Switzerland are significantly stricter than most people realize. Switzerland's passport is among the strongest in the world as well. Swiss citizenship grants you the same rights to live, work, study, and retire anywhere in the EU or EEA, despite Switzerland not being an EU member state. Number 9. Japan. Japan ranks 9th in the world for safety on the Global Peace Index 2023. It is now ranked one spot higher than it was in the previous year. Japan has an extremely low crime rate, which makes it a safe place to live. I've even heard tales of people losing their wallets on the street just to have a kind stranger promptly pick them up. Japan had only 2.3 murders per 100,000 people in 2019, while the US had 5 murders per 100,000 people. Strict gun control regulations also exist in Japan, making it impossible for criminals to get firearms. In order to discourage crime, the Japanese government has also made significant investments in security systems, including metal detectors and CCTV cameras. Lastly, respect for others and a dedication to peace are highly valued in Japanese society. Japan has a low crime rate in part because of this social norm, which promotes a sense of security and order. Number 8. Slovenia. Slovenia, a tiny, nearly landlocked nation in Central Europe, is home to just over 2 million people. Its coastline is rather short, spanning the Adriatic Sea between Croatia and Italy. Slovenia is a country that is frequently ranked among the safest in the world, despite its small size. As per the Global Peace Index, it is ranked as the 8th most secure nation in 2023. The safety ranking of Slovenia is influenced by various factors. One is how little crime there is. In 2020, Slovenia had 1.4 killings per 100,000 inhabitants, while the global average was 6.2 per 100,000. Petty crime, which includes stealing and vandalism, is likewise not very common. The high degree of political stability in Slovenia is another element that contributes to its excellent safety ranking. It is currently governed by the Freedom Movement, GS, a center-left organization. Since 2004, Slovenia has been a part of the European Union. And lastly, Slovenia gains from its position as well. Nestled between Italy, Austria, Hungary, and Croatia, it is remote from any regions that are experiencing violence or instability. Number 7. Portugal. Portugal is well known for its breathtaking landscapes, pleasant Mediterranean weather, and relaxed atmosphere. However, Portugal has drawn attention lately for another reason as well: safety. As per the 2023 Global Peace Index, Portugal holds the 7th position in terms of global safety. What therefore makes Portugal so secure? The lack of income disparity is one of the factors. Just 7.5 times as much is earned by the richest 20% of Portuguese households as by the poorest 20%. In contrast to other industrialized nations like the US, where the richest 20% earn almost 12 times as much as the lowest 20%, this compares well. Given the correlation between income inequality and increased rates of violence and crime, Portugal's very equitable wealth distribution may contribute to the country's low crime rate. The nation gains from having a robust legal system as well. Property rights are strongly upheld in Portugal, and corruption in the government is comparatively uncommon. This establishes a stable atmosphere that deters crime and fosters economic expansion. Portugal and its neighbors have enjoyed cordial ties for a very long time. It hasn't participated directly in a significant battle for almost 200 years, and the administration is still dedicated to using diplomacy to settle conflicts rather than using force. Portugal has a friendly and safe atmosphere thanks to all of these elements working together. Furthermore, Portugal is a fantastic destination for anyone looking for a safe haven in Europe because it offers a variety of simple resident visa alternatives, like the D7 and Golden visas. We believe that Madeira is among the safest places in Portugal and merits special notice. Portugal's Madeira region is among the safest for a number of reasons. First, its distance from the Portuguese mainland, more than 1,000 km, makes it harder for thieves to get to. it would be hard for anyone to commit a crime on Madeira without getting caught. Second, there are less opportunities for crime because the island is sparsely populated and lacks gangs or crime families. Actually, there is hardly any crime on Madeira. Finally, the government has made significant investments in security measures, and Madeira has a robust police presence. In our opinion, one can never feel too safe to stroll through Funchal, the city of Madeira, day or night. Number 6. Singapore. In 2023, Singapore's score increased, moving them up from 9th to 6th place. It's also Asia's safest nation. How come living in Singapore is so safe? There are, in fact, several causes. Its crime rate is low to start with. This is a result of the hard work that efficient law enforcement does to maintain the safety of the streets. Singapore has strict rules and harsh penalties for offenders. Because of the government's zero-tolerance policy toward crime, potential offenders are discouraged from ever committing an offense. Singapore's police force is robust. The Singapore police force is renowned for its effectiveness and for successfully managing crime. Both locals and visitors to Singapore will feel more secure as a result of this. Another deterrent is the knowledge that those who flout the law would face harsh consequences. In addition to having strong gun control legislation, Singapore also works to reduce gun violence. And lastly, respect for authority figures, and the law is deeply ingrained in Singaporean culture. Furthermore, Singapore is a tidy and well-organized nation. The citizens of the city are generally orderly, and the city is well organized. A general sense of security and safety is produced by this. This indicates that most people follow the law and don't take part in dangerous or unlawful activities. Number 5. Austria. There's no denying that living in Austria is safe. It's frequently listed as one of the world's safest nations, in fact. Austria is the 3rd safest of the 27 EU member states and the 5th safest nation overall. What therefore makes Austria so secure? Well, a few things come into play. First, there is a low crime rate in Austria. Property crimes are very uncommon, while violent crimes are scarce. Austria is therefore a highly safe location to reside. Second, there is a robust Austrian economy. Because people are less likely to turn to criminal behavior when they have a steady income, there is generally less crime. Finally, Austria has a robust political and governmental structure. This guarantees that corruption is minimal and that the nation is well run. Austria is an extremely safe country to live thanks to all of these qualities combined. Number 4. New Zealand. Frequently praised as one of the world's safest nations is New Zealand. As per the Global Peace Index 2023, New Zealand has fallen 2 spots from its previous ranking of 2nd position to the 4th spot in the world safety rankings. It's a safe location to live in New Zealand for a number of reasons. Its population is small and its crime rate is low to start. Furthermore, there isn't much political upheaval in the nation, and the administration is stable. New Zealand is also considered to be among the freest nations in the world at the same time. New Zealand's remote location in the Southwest Pacific Ocean makes it incredibly safe from external threats like war. However, given that earthquakes and volcanic eruptions are common in New Zealand, it's critical to be prepared for natural catastrophes and to know what to do in an emergency. The good news is that stringent building regulations are in place to lessen the risk of seismic damage. Most people in New Zealand are adequately equipped to handle any calamity. Thus, although there are certain hazards to be mindful of, living in New Zealand is generally safe and secure. Number 3. Ireland. As per the 2023 Global Peace Index, Ireland maintains its position as the 3rd most secure nation globally. It attained this ranking in 2022 and has continued to do so in the most recent Global Peace Index update. Why is Ireland seen to be so safe then? First off, there aren't many murders in the nation. There were just 33 homicides in Ireland in 2018. That is far below the global average, less than 1 per 100,000 individuals. Violent crime is also uncommon in Ireland. In reality, it had the 2nd lowest rate of violent crime in the EU in 2017, according to Eurostat. Ireland is not just among the least dangerous nations in terms of crime, but it also has a low rate of terrorism and violence. Ireland has a turbulent past, but there haven't been any significant terrorist attacks in the country recently. There are currently no active conflicts involving Ireland. It is not a part of NATO and maintains a policy of military neutrality. Number 2. Denmark. Denmark is frequently praised for being among the world's safest nations. Rising from 4th position the year before, it now ranks as the 2nd safest country in the world, according to the GPI 2023. Denmark is a very safe country to live in for a variety of reasons. Its crime rate is low to start with. Only 127 killings were reported in Denmark in 2018, which is a very low amount. Second, social unrest and inequality are lessened in Denmark due to its robust economy and welfare system. Last but not least, Denmark's modest size and generally homogeneous population make it simpler to uphold law and order. These elements are all part of the reason Denmark's people feel comfortable and secure there. Number 1. Iceland. Based on the most recent data from the Global Peace Index, Iceland continues to be the safest country in the world. Numerous variables, such as the quantity of homicides, the intensity of violent crime, and the accessibility of small guns, are included in the index. Additionally, the index considers variables like the quantity of internally displaced people and refugees, as well as the degree of political instability. Iceland is a safe place to live because it also experiences few natural disasters. Taking into account all of these variables, Iceland is among the world's safest nations. Because to its regulations that support gender equality, it is also one of the safest nations for women. Not only is Iceland incredibly safe, but it's also a stunning nation. It is the location of some of the most breathtaking natural landscapes on Earth, complete with waterfalls, hot springs, and glaciers. This brings us to the end of this video. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing and sharing, so we can keep bringing more content like this. Also, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.